Oh, thank you very much. What else can I say except really thank you very much. And congratulations, of course, to all of you. I'm truly humbled by this experience to be able to join a galaxy of all these awardees over the last many years, and really, truly grateful. And of course, I am particularly honored that I can actually share the stage today with Su Mei. As you have heard, I mean, she's a truly outstanding, remarkable person. And honestly, I think she's an exemplary role model of the awardees. So I'm really indeed very honored. I take particular pride actually today because I was, as Dean said, a student of this university. Now, he only asked me to talk about, to say a few words in less than 5 minutes. But let me tell you, I joined this university in 1974, and that was about 22 million minutes ago. And after 22 million minutes, he only allowed me to talk about 5 minutes. And I really did not know what to talk about. Particularly, it would be extremely difficult to follow Su Mei. Since she talked about her career, I will tell you one story when I joined this university. And this is when I joined this university, I have had no passport, never traveled on a plane, never been on a plane, and have never traveled to anywhere else except Macau. And I look at, I mean, air travel was extremely rare at that time, and I look at many of my classmates in secondary school who, when they entered university, had a chance to travel abroad, and I became very envious of them. And I decided that I must see the world as well. But having no money, I don't know what to do. And then through connections and through thinking through what else can I do to get myself some overseas experience, I took the first university summer holiday, which is about 4 months long, to join a shipping company as an officer, a radio cadet rather, on a cargo ship with 33 men, no women, in a very small cabin, sailing as a working crew, sailing all the way to the Philippines, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, Australia, coming back through the Philippines, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. And that was the first time I've been overseas and visiting those countries. So when I met my Australian friend and say, have you been to Australia before, and how did you come here? I said, by ship, many years ago, and nobody could believe me. At that time, as you know, a lot of things have changed from then to now. There was no computer when I joined this university, and we were still typing out our thesis by typewriter. And as you can remember, if you can imagine then, when you're on a ship, there'll be no email, no communication except the Morse code. And the ship obviously got delayed because we are these little bulk carriers that could go on any order. And we're stuck in the middle of the Philippines when school was starting here in Hong Kong. And we still have to sail to Taiwan before coming back to Hong Kong. And I estimate we were at least a month late. But the problem was there was no way to tell the dean. And I mean, and after about 3 weeks, after school started, they discovered that one student short, and that was me. And they also did not know how to contact me. Eventually, I turned up, and I can still remember the dean asked me to go to his office, giving me a year bashing, and telling me that either you really want to demonstrate you want to stay in this university, you better put up your socks and behave, and don't just disappear. And I still remember going to the classroom because I was too late. I was nearly a month late for school. I didn't know where the classroom was. So I didn't know the timing of the lecture was. So I turned up, opened the door, and I still remember professor saying, you are either too late for this lecture or too early for the next one. Upon which, no, I closed the door and walked away and enjoyed myself. And that was my university day. So certainly I did not get any recognition at that time until 22 million minutes later. And I take particular pride also that I was honored here today in the presence of Dean Chen, because I was actually teaching staff at the Department of Management Studies, the forerunner of your very prestigious faculty today. And Gordon Redding, if you remember, and Bob Trigger were my bosses, and they were doing my assessment and paying my salaries. And I'm still very happy to see the old floor on Nose building is still there. Again, as I said, a lot of things have changed, but the Nose building is still proudly standing and still nourishing a lot of young people who, like you, will become the cream of Hong Kong and the community at large. And for this particular occasion, I took pains to go through files and dug out my last lecture when I was a faculty here, the last page I was using for that lecture, trying to dig out exactly what I said at that time and trying to share those words with you. And then I look at it, and I was telling myself, how did I get away with that kind of lecture? And I wish I would have known Xiu Mei a lot earlier, so that actually I can just copy your 7 points and use those. And I mean, of course, I'm telling people to work hard, take challenges, go for your dreams, and if you want to do something like Xiu Mei and go for a degree in Switzerland, go for something you really value, take challenges, don't take yourself too seriously. But I mean, she has put it to you much more eloquently than I could ever imagine. But if you ask me, after 40 years of, I mean, a long working career, what else would I add? I would just say one sentence. And I think that is actually a very important. I will tell everybody, including my own children, what they should remember when they come out to work. And that is, make sure you can sleep well every night. Now, I do mean this, because what I mean is really integrity and value system. There are a lot of skills you can learn, but integrity and value system is what will equip you for life. It's honesty, it's willingness to admit shortcomings, it's your willingness to admit mistakes, willingness to ignore your own ego, to prepare to tell the truth no matter how difficult that is, and make sure that you don't put yourself above the community and the organization you serve. Actually, not easy under many circumstances, particularly when you're working in some organizations which do not take this seriously. The world has changed, as I said, very significantly. I honestly could not imagine what the world is like today when I was even teaching in this university. But values and ethics never change. You can be very rich, and I'm sure many of you will in future, but don't sell your soul. Corporate culture, governance, social responsibility, and all these things, even the progress of countries, depend really on this. And the failure of many organizations are basically failure of individual values. It is extremely important that we maintain the basic values, as you may said, as human beings. I do recognize after 40 years of working, some people are driving better cars than I do. Some people are wearing much better watches and living in better homes and eating much better than I do. But I still prefer to be able to sleep better. And may you all sleep very soundly from here on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chen. Please be seated.